Me just taking breaks from downvoting the assholes on r/delusional artist to bring you good art memes. Hello friends, fans, and foes. I'm Fancy, and I'm demanding you roll for initiative. Today we'll be looking at r/Artistmemes, which seemed innocent enough. So, let's take a look. First one up is Bernie, gotta love him. Why am I like this? Me, every few weeks for some reason. I am once again changing my art style. I actually see a lot of this on artists relating to each other. They always talk about changing their art style like every week or every like few months, and like they have like look at my art styles type of memes, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you switch between art styles? Isn't an art style kind of just like your signature? It's like how you feel and how you express yourself. I guess I would only suggest that if you're changing your art style this often, then maybe you just haven't found it entirely yet. Because if you're changing parts of your art style, that's fine. But if your style is changing, like between Steven Universe, hyper-realism, and like block art, you maybe just don't know exactly what your voice is in the art world yet. But it's very good to test out art styles while you're a new artist. Alright, a classic. Hand meme. Next time you feel bad, computers also suck at hands. I haven't seen this one yet. This AI generator is Cray AI a model drawing images from any prompt hands. Man, if we drew, oh my goodness, they look like monsters. They look like dinosaurs. Like, oh my, it's like the worst haunted, like, shadow puppets, like the puppets with the lights and everything that I've ever seen. Honestly, if you could draw these to practice, it might make regular hands a little easier. When you add like 30 fingers to the equation, it makes 4 fingers and a thumb not that difficult, I suppose. Like, nightmare fuel. Ah, yes, outdated meme Drake. Wow, your art looks great. I would like to eat your art, good person. Looks yummy, delicious, slurping noises. Yeah, artists love it when you weirdly love their art, and it's not just looks great. Wow, that's good. It's like all the comments that used to pop up on like social medias when people are trying to do their best to support. What we need is that really weird comment that stands out. It's like, I would wear this on my underwear every day and not let anyone see it because I want it to be personally close to me, but it's not at all sexual. It's more of just, it's mine. Or like, on like a shirt under my shirt as I travel everywhere, you know? Like, I would eat your art if it was, I don't know, I lost it. Next to me. Yeah, this one's relatable. Draw me. Just happened to me, don't know how to react. Me posting my art. Someone asking me to draw them. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the classic ones that people always hear about right after they post art with people who don't understand artists. Like, mine was always, is that you? Are you drawing yourself? Even though it has no similarities to me. Even if I'm poor at drawing, like I used to be when I started, they'd be like, is that you? And it's like, why do you think everyone works off themselves when they draw? They can't even see themselves. They'd be using references. That's so illogical. They have to draw them and like draw this fan art, which is a little better because it might bring in audiences. And is that you? And always the weird one of like, did you do that? Duh, that's why I'm doing it curly in front of you. I'm in pain right now and I need to vent. Oh, this is true. Finishing a drawing that you're really proud of and posting it. Noticing a ton of mistakes. Remember, you forgot to flip the canvas after you posted it. So many artists don't have this ability to perceive that they have errors in their piece yet. And they'll be drawing really well rendered pieces. Like they have mastered shading, in my opinion. And then when I look at their piece, I'm like, do you not see that the eye is up here and right here? Do you not see that like the lines are like this? Like And it sometimes just takes a flip of a canvas to make your eyes switch what you're seeing and see those errors sometimes. And I've recommended it to a few artists, but they don't always listen. And that's fine. It's their own journey. They'll figure it out eventually, I suppose. You know, I had to. This one's an in-depth one. It's happened a surprising amount of times. It always gives me mixed feelings. That moment when you really enjoy a small web series an independent artist is making, but slowly with each episode they get more and more ambitious, which is really cool, and you're happy that they'll be able to make something they love, but you aren't sure if they're overworking themselves and you have to wait years in between episodes. Now you liked the early, more amateur episodes just as much as the new ones, but it ultimately is somewhat more worse experience since you had to wait so long, but you're just hoping the creator is happy. I get that, but being that artist that people might be viewing and seeing me now starting a YouTube account and how I've tried a lot of different things. I'm on Twitch as well. This is good. You want to support these artists. You want to make sure to keep letting them know that you care, letting them know that you care about their mental health, but don't try to suggest too often that they stop, that they take a break, because yes, they should get a reminder once in a while for mental health, as I do sometimes, to take breaks and not burn out. But to say, oh, make sure you take care of yourself, in my opinion, it feels like people are saying, yeah, your art's good, but like, we don't need it. We need you to be happy. And it's like, if I was a kid doodling and you put it on your fridge, I would totally agree with you. But I'm a creator and I want you to value what I'm creating. And then I'll take care of my mental health, you know, like, it'll be adapted into, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm toxic. Oh yeah, Shen Comics. How'd you get like that, all buff? Every time I'm consume an image on social media, yep, I do one drawing, me. Jesus Christ. Grammar aside, that's a extreme version of what I would highly recommend to people who are starting to draw and they're trying to improve quickly. Every time you see a piece that you really like, or a pose, or a picture, screenshot it and, you know, keep the reference of who it was from. You don't want to steal content, even in your photos. I feel like you want to know who you're thanking for your studying. But take that screenshot folder, draw random references from it when you can. Like if you have to do it once a week or something, but doodle what you see and what you liked about those poses to practice. Like, do it often. I have entirely, like, gigabytes filled with screenshots on my phone. It, like, fills up everything, but it helps me improve pretty quickly. Elmo, it do be like that, though. Spending time and effort to improve your art. Me, drawing random for years. This happens, I feel like, to a lot of artists that don't have their goal yet. They don't have their motivation yet. So they will just draw what they want, and that's fine. It's okay for as long as it takes, and maybe you won't make it to a point where you have a big project, and if it's not your goal in life, that's fine. If you just want to draw random unicorns, or if you want to draw pretty looking boys, or pretty looking girls, or pretty looking theys, do whatever you want. Art is about expressing yourself, creating things that are in your head. If people enjoy them, they will congratulate you. But if you don't like this about yourself, I would say try to find that goal. Try to find what you want to do. Endpoint. No reference, no art. When you can't find a reference image that matches the exact pose you have in your head. This is very rough. I have a few suggestions for this type of thing. One is do the pose yourself, as weird as it might be. Take pictures, take different angles. Or look up a site that has more gesture drawings and choose one that is as close as you can get, and then work off of it. See what's wrong, and then go study the anatomy of what's wrong in that piece to figure out how to fix it. Those are my main two. You know, find a reference that's close enough and edit it, or do it yourself. Because I think you should draw it regardless. I myself have a good ability to visualize things in my head at this point, even if I have to work on a lot of things. You know, everyone does. I know how to make a piece from no reference, and then I can confirm and edit things with references. But it's all about studying. Oh, I forgot this one was in here. Digital artists, I love y'all, but you gotta toughen up. Artists that use sketchbooks, therefore, incorrect there. drawings is all on the same layer are on. Digital artists that accidentally drew on the wrong layer. I'm sure they're trying to use grammatical and everything errors here as a meme format. But, yeah, no, it's totally much worse of experience to draw on sketchbooks. I've done it for years. To work forever on a sketch and finally get the anatomy and everything correct and rip it, to just spill ink on it, to ink it incorrectly. Like, though, people who have an inability to be slow or have patience sometimes can destroy a wonderful piece with traditional. And yes, it's hilarious how aggressively we'll get upset about drawing on the wrong layer. But that's why I recommend for digital artists that you make multiple sketch layers. If you're messing up, like, you want to make multiple layers of everything that you're modifying. If you're working on an ink layer that you might want to change the anatomy on, duplicate it, put it down, work on the one you're working on. If you mess it up, go back down to that previous layer. We're not wimpy little Shiba Inu's because we are upset when we messed up a piece. I am that equal upsetness when I am drawing on a sketchbook and I tear up the sheet because I draw too hard. I downvoted this one. Alright everyone, thank you for staying for the entire video. It means a lot to me as I'm continuing this new adventure of, YouTube videos, moving on from just Instagram, which has really destroyed my life lately. Just as a reminder, I'm a webcomic artist who produces 3 pages weekly on my own website, www.fancyfatale.com. And if you could just please check that out, and if you enjoy it, maybe take a look at my Patreon tiers and decide if you want to support me monthly, and I am modifying those consistently to what people may want. So if you want to recommend what you would want as a tier, I can add that on. Try to support me so I can keep doing everything I'm doing, although my passion will keep me going regardless. And remember, record your HP, your spells, and your abilities because this will continue in the next video. Thanks. Bye.